We're heading down the Brisbane River, across to Moreton Bay, then to the Tangalooma Resort on Moreton Island. We're onto the Tangalooma Flyer for our journey down the Brisbane River. And look at that stunning sunset as we leave the city. The Tangalooma Island Resort is on Moreton Island, and that's just an hour by ferry from Brisbane. It's a favourite holiday destination with a terrific location right on the beach. Just the place to take a break and enjoy the sea air.
Michael, I just can't sit around. I want to go out and do activities like parasailing, boating, diving. It looks like there's so much here to do.
Or maybe you'll get a chance to go snorkeling at the wrecks. They're famous around here as a safe haven for boaties and home of lots of species of fish.
And you'll have to come in nice and close to me though.
A bit later, we'll have a go at feeding the wild dolphins, something that Tangalooma is very famous for.
I've heard that Moreton Island is the third largest sand island in the world. And 95% of it is a national park, including the famous Cape Moreton Lighthouse. It's a favourite destination for four-wheel drives and for fishing.
Here at Tangalooma Island Resort, it's the only place in Australia that you can actually feed dolphins supervised, and it's a wonderful experience.
And did you know Katie is a marine biologist? That's why it's supervised. You get the background information, and it's incredible what they do to respect that these are wild animals.
This is worth the trip. If only you do this. It's fantastic.
And you look great in waders, actually. I forgot to tell you that.
Thank you, Cecil.
Okay.
Come on, up we go. Bye-bye.
These are the fish that we're going to feed to the dolphins, and they only get about 10% of their daily food requirements from this source.
They've got high fat content, low bone content.
Yeah, and that's what they need. And these are bycatch on the prawn trawlers. How's that, eh? Actually, it'd be nice to grill one too, wouldn't it? Okay.
You can have that one if you like. Right, good. Yeah, think about.
So 10%, you give them about 2.5 kilos of feed.
Yeah, we give them just under 3 kilos of food. So yeah,
Hey, isn't this something special? The dolphins just swim up to us as we wade out with Katie, and they just take the fish from our hands. It's really fantastic. And the whole thing is carefully supervised by Sue and her team of marine biologists. We're on Moreton Island, just off the coast from Brisbane, and we're heading off with our mate Bear to have a good look around. It's the third largest sand island in the world, so it's not surprising that you need a four-wheel drive to get along these tracks through the bush. And with these vehicles, you can get access to lots of beaches and inlets around this beautiful island. And most of the island is a national park, so you'll need a permit to get around, but it's definitely worth it. Clamber up some steps at the north end of the island and you'll reach the Cape Moreton Lighthouse. And it was built in 1857 by the New South Wales government before Queensland actually became a state. And how about this for a view? We're looking south, and during the winter months, this is the passage for the humpback whales on their annual migration. We're staying in Queensland at the Tangalooma Island Resort, and we're headed off for a cruise around the bay. We've joined other tourists for a closer look around these beautiful waters, which are part of the Moreton Bay Marine Park. Last night we saw how dolphins come into the resort to be hand-fed by the tourists. They're wild dolphins, some of the hundreds of bottlenose dolphins that live in the bay. So now we're on the lookout for more of them today. And here's another one of the guys we've been looking for. It's the protected species green turtle, and it's scooting along in the water, feeding on the seagrasses.
I'm fascinated by these old wrecks just off the beach here. There are 15 rusting hulks and old dredges and barges that were deliberately scuttled by the Queensland government over a period of 20 years. They provide a sheltered anchorage for pleasure craft and a home for lots of fish. It's a great spot to jump in with a snorkel or scuba.
We're not going diving today, but our tour operator is feeding the fish. Look at all those beautiful tropical species.